to go. Okay, so hi everyone on Facebook, Mommy Dentist. We are 7,000 members and strong, and as we all have read the article from New York Times about FDA and their list of approved manufacturers for KN95 masks, a lot of questions have come up regarding our masks were on that list and now where are they? Is it still safe to use these masks? A lot of us are going back to work, and so we're very concerned about our staff and the doctors. And so we have Steve Kizy, one of the owners of Midway, and also Wes Fields, who runs head of the Department of Sales, on to kind of walk us through what's going on and give us further information so that we're not just sitting here confused. So thanks for coming on, you guys.
Certainly.
Thank you for having us.
All right, so I guess.
So I can, if you don't mind, I'll start on that article and what exactly that FDA approval is, what the EUA is. So kind of put this all into perspective. The emergency use authorization means when there is not enough PPE in this case, that you can start using other products applicable in medical as long as it fulfills some guideline of a different country. Now, with China being a very large manufacturing country, that's where the majority of the product comes from. The KN95 is China's version of our NIOSH N95. Now, I could say with absolute certainty that the Chinese market doesn't have the same standards as NIOSH does. NIOSH is a very difficult regulation to get tested for, so on and so forth. The KN95 fits we'll say a minimal amount of that. So no one here is trying to say that the KN95 is just like the N95. I want to be very clear there. However, there are no N95s available at this moment. And if there are any available, they're going to the front line or to FEMA. So in order to help dentists, we brought in KN95s, but I'd like to go backwards on that story a bit. We ordered KN95s the third week of March before this Appendix A list ever started. When we ordered the KN95s, we actually weren't ordering it for dentists. We were ordering it for frontline doctors, hospitals, state governments who have purchased the majority. Then a few sales reps caught wind that we were selling these to hospital, states, so on and so forth, and they asked us to please bring them in for their clients as they'd be helpful. So as we brought them in, the rules have changed quite a few times. On April 3rd, they came out with that list. That list was updated 4 different times in April. That list grew from 3 pages long to over 10 pages long. And you can tell the FDA is still trying to navigate this and figure this out and still testing. Now, one of the biggest issues that I see going on with PPE today is a lot of people are starting to get into that business because there's such a high demand for it. So people that have never worked with PPE in the past have no idea what the certifications mean, what they are, have no idea what a level 1, level 2, level 3 mask is, what a respirator is. They're being told by sellers in China who don't understand our laws that, yes, this is an N95 and being sold as an N95 to the public. And that's where the word counterfeit comes from. It's mostly uneducated. I won't say they're uneducated. I'll say uneducated in this industry. People being sold product and brought here and finding out it's not exactly what they purchased, what they thought they were purchasing. The KN95 standard is, there's a license in China, and it's the GB 2626-2006. And what that standard means is it has a 95% filtration rate on a sodium chloride test, which is a similar standard to what we have here in the United States. Ours are a little more rigorous. Now, when it comes to the actual KN95 or an N95, if it's not sealed correctly, it's not going to work. It doesn't matter if you have the most expensive N95 on the market, and if you put it on your face and it doesn't fit correctly, it's not going to work as intended. With this KN95, it's very similar, and with an ear loop design, it's difficult to get that perfect seal. So we've actually found 3D printers, and on Amazon, a product that goes behind your head that you would move the ear loops to, and I can actually show you with a KN95. So this is a KN95. As I put this over, I would put the loops on the back of my head, creating a lot stronger seal. We have had 6 or 7 different clients take these KN95s, go to a third-party fit test center, and passed, which tells us that they absolutely fulfill the requirements for the FDA. So what we've actually done is taking it a step further. We're sending 46 KN95s as they require to test the KN95s at Nelson Labs for the NIOSH certification. Not saying it's intended to get a NIOSH certification, but just to show dentists and our customers that we value very much that this is a KN95, a respirator. Another key is a lot of people took a 3-ply mask, colored it white, folded it in the middle, and made it look like an N95. I took the liberty of cutting up a KN95, and the mask that we have out on the market has 5 layers, which I'm displaying here, which adds the extra filtration. There's some KN95s with 4 layers. Ours takes it a step further and is 5 layers. So there's no doubt in my mind that this is a quality product, that it's an actual N95. Now, trying to navigate the FDA's rules as they continue to change is challenging. But we are submitting all the new paperwork that they require to have our manufacturer join that list.
Got it. So I have a question regarding packaging, because some of the masks are coming in different types of packaging. So some of them are in just a clear plastic. There's 5 folded in there. And then some are coming in a different, bigger type of package with a seal. Why the difference in packaging? And then also, we've seen some KN95 side by side, and some have longer ear loops, or just look bigger or smaller.
Yeah, so I'll walk through the production side. We switched manufacturers when we found out that the first manufacturer didn't have the capacity to fulfill our demand. So when we started searching for new manufacturers, we actually had the help of a very influential person in PPE in the United States. He used to run one of the largest US manufactured mask company in dental. And he helped us coordinate, find, and vet this manufacturer to increase our production. We no longer need to order from that first manufacturer, as the second manufacturer is able to fulfill any type of demand that we're able to give them. So that's the difference. Now, also, when they're producing these and they're making so many in a day, and we're in a rush to bring them here, mistakes happen on those machines. They have to stop production, fix it, and continue again. So if any of you receive a defective KN95, we will absolutely replace it or refund you. It's part of the production, and the speed in which we're trying to obtain them is causing the QC portion to probably go a little faster than they or I would like.
Mm-hmm. Can you talk about the 3D printer? What are you printing?
So we're printing hooks, and Dr. Yum, I'll actually share something with you. I'll send you an email with the Amazon link. They're hooks that go into the back of the head. So you just place it right back here, and when you put the KN95 on, you pull those ear loops to the back, and it actually is more comfortable, and it acts more like an N95 where you have the head strap, but it's more comfortable because it's not sitting on the back of your ear, tugging your ear all day. Yeah.
It's kind of like a headgear.
Yes. Yes, except you can't see it. That's the good part. You won't be able to see. It's really small. Yeah.
Okay, great. Alicia, are there any questions from the group?
There are not.
Okay, thank you for explaining. How long will it take to get your papers to the FDA and reapply? Because I imagine there's a lot of companies that are reapplying again.
Yes, absolutely. Our papers will be fulfilled and sent over this Monday. The Nelson report, which in all honesty is more important than even being on that list, will be around 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh, your sound cut out.
Yeah.
You cut out for just a second.
Okay. In my opinion, the Nelson report is even more important than that list. We can already tell on that list that the requirements are ever changing, and they need to adjust with the times because the situation is very fluid. And even in China, as we were importing these, there was 6 or 7 different export law changes during that time that we had to navigate through. And the FDA is going through the same thing. They're trying to fulfill the demand, help every health practitioner in the market, but also when we move too fast, sometimes things can happen. And that's what happened here. It was a bit of a surprise, but I'm actually very happy that they did it. I'm glad that they found some of these products that have been sold to hospitals and frontline medical workers and dentists that were not susceptible. Ours, we're absolutely certain with the third-party test that it's one of the few that has gotten that sodium chloride test. We're just verifying it with a US-based lab versus a Chinese-based lab. Yeah.
My question then is for fit testing. You know how people are saying that you need to fit test your masks. Is there a way to do that?
Yes, there's actually OSHA certified people across the country. So I guarantee in Chicago, say, or in any area, you're able to call these companies and they'll either A, come to your facility and do a fit test, or B, you go to their facility and they'll do a fit test. I highly recommend it. You should do it to follow the OSHA standards and to, in my opinion, there's a lot of uneasiness out there and it's understandable and we completely empathize, which is why we're trying to help as much as we can. Dentists and dental hygienists and dental assistants are at risk with their job as it was performed pre-COVID. And I understand the fear that goes along in dentistry. However, with the fit test, you're absolutely certain, you know, A, how to put the mask on, and B, that it works. So being able to show your staff that you are protected is important and will also allow you to do more dentistry and help patients further.
Have you seen the plastic frames that people are getting? Like,
yeah,
to make the mask flush. Is that good enough?
I would say so. I would still get a fit test with that on.
Okay.
Dr. Yum, I do have 2 questions in the group.
Okay.
The docs want to know, how soon can we get the ear clips, and do you sell the clips or do we have to print them ourselves?
We do not sell the clips. I wouldn't mind sending your lab, if you work with a lab, STL file to print the clips. And they're also available on Amazon. So I'll share the link of my favorite version of it with Dr. Yum, and maybe you could pass that around to Mommy Dennis. Yeah.
Great. Okay, yeah, so if you could give me the STL file, because some of the doctors have their own printing machines, and then the Amazon
Yeah.
link, I can share that with the group.
Great.
Okay. Anything else, Alicia?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Well, thank you so much, both of you, for coming on. That was really helpful. And we hope that you're surviving all the insane and orders, and you're doing a great job. And we'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take
Bye.
care.